All right, Legion Commander. Some changes here. Base damage increased by 4. Overwhelming odds cooldown reduced by 3. Press the attack cast time reduced by zero point 0.1. And some random fix that I don't care about.
A good buff.
Do you like this hero?
I think so. I think it's
You
hard to get
think
her out of
so?
lane. Well, I like every hero in Dota. I think all the heroes are sort of cool except for Lashrak and Storm and Huskar.
Okay.
And some other heroes are getting there. Now, I'm starting a list of heroes I
Yeah,
hate.
make that
Like
list. Well,
every time
apparently when
I
you
have a
hate a
list.
hero, you just pick it and win TI. So
That's correct. I really hate techies.
we'll get to him as well. Don't
So,
worry.
press attack actually matters, especially saying we were talking about Batrider. Like if that hero comes back into meta, the 0.1 seconds actually really matters
Yeah,
at
that's
the
true.
pro level. Like you barely get that off. So and it's yeah, overall overwhelming odds cooldown. Maybe you get an extra one off in the fight because normally you only get one when it's at 18. 15 still borderline one, but if you have an extended fight. And base damage 4 actually matters a lot because her third skill you hit twice sometimes, so it's like an extra 4 damage there too.
Hmm. Okay,
Plus
this is
you
gonna
heal more,
be a
so
stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Why is this hero not considered good in the jungle?
because she jungles slow and she can't come out of jungle and kill anyone.
Like, what's considered slow? If you get level 6 by 6 minutes, is that considered okay?
That's okay, but you have to have an effect on the lane if you're only getting level 6 at 6 minutes because well no that's fine speed, but once you get that level 6 you have to do something with it, and her doing something with it is you have to walk up to an enemy and ult them,
Yeah, that's true.
and you can't do that. So like Enigma, maybe like they mess with your jungle, you're level 6 at 6 minutes, and then you go to a lane and you push it with your Eidolons. Like, I don't even care, you can skip Black Hole, you push it with your Eidolons and you've contributed to the game, or you gank something. Legion Commander can't do any of that.
Did you play LC in Dota 1? Because I had quit before they had implemented
No,
her.
I quit right before they
Have you
released her, I
ever
think.
seen his model? Her
But
model?
isn't it like it was a dude, right?
Yeah, it was a guy with a huge mustache on a freaking horse.
I might have played that. That sounds really
It
familiar. I
sound
probably
does
just saw
that
it in the
does
videos.
that not sound so much more fun to
No, actually, I
use?
quit. I quit after. But oh, are you saying you don't want to play her because she's a woman?
It's not that she's a woman. I mean, for a woman, no. But
I'm sorry.
a horse with a mustache. Like you can't like it doesn't matter if you're a
That
demon,
is
if you're a
unbeatable.
woman. It is unbeatable. It's
That
ridiculous.
that is pretty close to unbeatable.
All right, so Valve eventually
Lashrak's a horse with a
Arcana
mustache. I hope they remove him.
Arcana number 2 for LC incoming. All right, the goat. The do you know what goat means, by the way? I don't know if that's common terminology.
No.
The greatest of all time. That's what people say. It's
Oh
the
yeah,
goat.
no, I've heard that before. Sorry.
And then he's also looks like a goat, so it kind of works well. The big nerfs: base damage reduced by 4, lightning storm jump distance reduced by, can't do that math. It's at 175, something like that. Lightning storm damage reduced by 30 at level 1 and 60 at level 4. Pretty decent nerfs, I would say. What are your thoughts about Mr. Lesh?
Probably still tier one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the thing that separates him is like one, his laning phase is still going to be pretty strong. I think I might be wrong with this because you have to take stun at level 1, I think. But the thing about him is that he farms so fast, and the items are still super strong on him, like Octarine Core and like people. Solar Crest got a slight nerf, but you can still cast on Leshrac. Still going to be evasion high armor. I think he's still tier one. I'm not sure. It's sort of weird calling
But
stuff like
do you,
this.
okay, forget about being tier 1 or if it's still OP. Do you think these are good nerfs or it needs a little bit more? Just based on your first reaction.
It's probably fine. I
Okay.
think maybe like it's hard to say because you have to say it in conjunction with all the other
Yeah, that's
mid
true.
heroes, and like Shadow Fiend and TA didn't get touched. So maybe he's just like he's supposed to. One of the reasons he was strong is because he dominates his lane and he farms too fast and he pushes. And the thing that's still imba about him is that he still farms really fast and he still pushes.
Hmm.
Because you didn't use Lightning Storm to farm, you used his ulti and sometimes his stun, and maybe a Lightning Storm now and then, but whatever.
All right, I'm going to make a prediction, okay? I'm going to say out of all the heroes that are going to be like this is not going to be right away because it takes a few weeks for people to adapt. Within like 3 weeks, the hero that's going to get banned the most consistently is going to be TA. What are your thoughts? It was not touched in this patch. and
The
who's considered really
thing,
good currently.
like, I know Fire's like first picking her, but I feel like TA has some counters.
Well, every hero has counters technically, right?
But like, no.
No?
Like, Leshrac in the Street Attach had counters, quote unquote, but not
Quote unquote, yeah.
not like you pick that hero and you can't play this hero against it.
Would you say Lesh was by far the most imbalanced? Like nobody was even close to his imbalance in the last patch.
Like compared to 6.83 or 6.8.
No, for 6.84.
No, Leshrac was by far the best hero in the game.
Okay.
It wasn't even close. If he didn't push, then it would have been different. But the reason, like, he pushed while being already ahead too fast. Like, his push was too fast, so you couldn't deal with him being ahead. That's why he was sort of imbalanced.
It reminds me of Shadow Fiend in a lot of ways, where he pushes the wave, can go into the jungle. But the difference is he can also take out the towers without issue as well. He has literally
Sure.
everything. All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Lesh. I do like these changes. Obviously, nerfs were needed. We'll see if it actually makes that big of a difference.
I'm not that much of a Leshrac player like this. Like, I really liked Leshrac as support before he became Super Imba. Like, I'm a Leshrac hipster. So I don't know how much the Lightning Storm jump distance matters. And that would be something important, because right now it just always hits you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I hope I can play him as support again, because he gets lower picked here. Because I really like that hero on support.
Really interesting. Do you go Split Earth Diabolic Edict, or you actually still go Lightning Storm as support?
I don't know.
We'll see. Stay tuned.
I just don't know. So yeah.
All right, Lich. Sacrifice no longer splits XP with enemy. Does that just mean the sacrifice is like it used to be? Is that what that means? I kind of didn't
No, it still
understand.
splits with your allies.
Okay.
What did it do before? It just denied it before. It
Yeah,
didn't
before it
give
was
it
the deny
EXP.
with no XP for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it gives you EXP even if you under face.
Yeah. Okay. Chain Frost projectile speed increased by 100, and the attack's flow from Chain Frost has been increased to match the movement speed slow.
Does eggs make its chain frost faster?
No, it's
Why
just
don't they do
range,
that?
I think. That's true. Well, it is faster now. Let's
Like,
see.
it's unlimited bounces, but it's not fast enough.
Yeah, it was the cast range and an unlimited bounce. With the unlimited bounces, I feel like most cases doesn't make a difference.
Can you imagine if it's unlimited bounces and its projectile speed was like 2,000?
The
That'd
game
be
would
so-
break, bro. Like you put on
that'd be
Ancients,
so
the game would
funny.
actually break. Oh wait, it
No.
actually hurts Ancients now though, doesn't it?
No,
It doesn't?
that was
Magic
Siege
damage?
Dragons, right?
Oh, no, well, yeah, that and I'm trying to think. It magic damage works on most of the Ancients except for the main guys, right?
No, only the small dragons. It
Yeah,
could.
that's what I mean. Oh,
But
oh,
not
okay,
the
I see
like
what you're
small
saying.
golems or the small walking dragons. Lizards.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Alright, so Lich.
It's negligible, I think. I don't know how much the chain frost affects it, to be honest, but you sacrifice out of EXP with enemies anyways. There's just like this matters for dual lanes mid actually, because it's hard to sacrifice out of EXP.
Okay.
But I think I mean we picked the hero at TI Lich and we won with it on EG. So like he's like you can definitely use him for some strats. I don't think he'll become like some mainstream pick.
Yeah, I would agree. Alright, we talked about Lifestealer a bit. Rage cooldown reduced by 3, and now you can infest and control ancient creeps, which I think all of them have abilities now, the main ones. Don't think anybody's been left out.
But those abilities don't matter, right? Because you're coming out of the creep. Just stay in it, hit the tower, but I don't see a point in that.
Well, you can. Oh, you're talking about the passive abilities. That's true.
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, they matter for your team. If
do
you
they?
want to play
Because
the.
I'd rather have a hero than the one creep.
That's true. Like, okay, so I don't know. Did you play Han at all? I don't remember. Were you a Han
I played
guy?
one game with Probolus. I didn't know what was happening. I
One
uninstalled the
game?
game.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it one game.
I played for 2 years. Obviously, previous to that, I played 4.5 years of Dota. But Lifestealer equivalent. Oh no, that's not true. The Infest guy. I can't remember his name. Parasite, I think. He was kind of a utility jungler who just the idea of the hero is just to take over creeps and it buffs them up, and you just stay in the jungle, you roam, you gank, right? I feel like Lifestealer stuck. He's a hard carry or hard-ish carry, who has this random ability that takes over creeps, which is cool. Just doesn't feel like it fits the hero at all. Would you agree with that? Like taking over an ancient creep as Lifestealer, is that really?
Yeah, it's good because you farm with it.
Well, no. I'm talking about using the abilities of the creeps, not just using
Oh
it to
no,
farm.
oh no. Have you ever infested a mud golem?
Those are cool, I will admit.
Have you done that? That's
I
my
have
favorite.
not.
That's my favorite thing to do.
So you die and then like the mud golem dies and you split into two,
like
right?
you stun and then you pop out and then you have two more mud golems and you rage, you open wounds them, you stun them twice again, and you're beating on them
All
entire
right,
time.
that seems a little
That's my favorite.
cheesy, but that does sound cool.
That's
I'm not
good
gonna lie.
shit, dude. It's 375 damage from the mud golems. But
Yeah.
no like the problem with Lifestealer like well with Infast is that it's like better as a bomb sort of. But Lifestealer like just gets owned by all these items. It's better now because you can't solo crest him while he's raged. And that's actually a huge thing for Lifestealer.
That's true. Yeah.
And you can rage BKB rage. Yeah, you can. But that doesn't matter so much. The ancient thing matters because you can farm ancients. That's actually a big thing, I think.
So you just pop in and out. So the actual abilities really don't make any difference.
No, it's like Midas. It's a 100-second cooldown. You get 200 gold in
Yeah.
ancient and 300 and whatever XP. That's actually pretty good.
It's not
That's
bad.
fast
It's not
farming.
bad. Yeah, for ancients definitely. It makes sense.
Also, at level 6, you can run at them with an ancient and hit them. That's like
That is scary as shit
does
until you
damage
realize
then,
it does like
right?
almost nothing to you. Yeah.
no. Like that
Wait,
golem hurts.
Which ancients hurt the most? Like which one would you
Golem,
take?
it does
over
like
that?
100 damage, I think.
Which one is
or
that?
89. The golem, big golem.
Yeah, the rock golem. Okay.
The other, I think the dragon might do piercing, so it does like Lesser Heroes or something. I can't remember. I mean, the Thunderhide hurts the most if they stand there and that you hit it with the buff thing on it, like the enrage thing.
Well,
but
that one
I don't
has
think
that one has an ability.
that one's
right?
like hella slow. They're all hella slow. They're like 270 move speeds.
Next patch,
I don't know.
Darkseer is gonna be able to surge ancients, and then
Ooh.
we'll see some real shit there.
Nice
for
la.
sure. Yeah, we'll
And
see.
I showed them right.
Yeah, that too. My God, that is
Yeah.
scary actually. All right, so a hero that a lot of people have been begging to be nerfed as well is Lina. Light Strike Array, which is the stun, the damage has been reduced by 40, which is pretty significant, I would say. Laguna Blade damage reduced by 100 at level 3. Untouched at level 1, though. Thoughts?
Same hero. I
Heroes
think.
in every game. Is that going to change? Like, literally every game it is banned or picked.
The biggest change is like her stun damage at level 1's a lot worse. And like before it was like it's really hard to fight her in tri lanes because she had 120 damage AoE every 7 seconds. Like if you just say that it's ridiculous at level 1.
Wait, what tri-lane has Alina in it anymore?
Defensive tri lane, like if they pick like Undying Spearbreaker and you tri lane with a Lina support, like you just
Oh, Lina
crush
support.
them.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
Lina support wasn't really.
Or even like
that
Lina
big of an
carry.
issue.
Like people still or dual lane. I should have said dual lane instead of tri lanes. Like
Okay.
2v2s with Lina on the core or support were too strong before.
Mhm.
And this helps a lot with it.
All right.
Of course, the Laguna Blade helps because I don't think you'll ever be level 16 and they'll have under 850 HP. But a lot, like in pubs at least, like I don't think I've ever got one shot by Laguna, but I've definitely one shot people with it. So
Well, now to make up that extra damage, you just need to get a Dagon, and you'll be fine. I
true.
think. Speaking of Dagon type stuff, Finger of Death for Lion with Aghanim Scepter, the area of effect has been increased by 100. You don't really see Ags. I think it's really good, and not because of the AoE, but because of the cooldown on Finger. But
What
don't
do you
see
mean?
the Lion Ags.
It doesn't reduce the cooldown, does it? Oh, it does.
It
does.
Yeah, it's
20,
really low.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
is
you
it
have no
20
mana.
seconds.
Yeah.
True. Well, you have Mana Drain, eh? That's pretty
Ooh.
good.
And then you drop your eggs so you can mana drain, so you get more mana.
Yeah, and then somebody takes it, and you're sad,
Yeah.
and you quit the game, and you lose life.
I mean, this helps it. It's really big because you can spam creep waves with it. Like I'm not saying that sarcastically, by the way. Like I actually mean that. Like
Well, it's
you
like
will
the
use that
Sonic
skill on
Wave,
creeps.
right? Of Quap
Yeah,
Dags,
like,
same thing.
It's low enough cooldown that you can do that. And like
In
if
fact,
you
it's
hit a
half
hero
as
in the
long.
mean, good, huh?
It's half the cooldown of Quap ult, and Quaps
Sure.
already do that. So,
But I seen no quap out, so
all right. Lone Druid summon Spear Bear cooldown reduced to a static 120, which is what level 4 used to be. Battlecry bonus damage increased by 30 at all levels. Battlecry bonus armor increased by 4 at level 1. Okay, it's not the same scaling. It's 10, 15, 20, so only 2 at level 3. Is this enough? I mean, Admiral Bulldog's still going to pick this hero, so that's not really the question. Is anybody else going to pick Lone Druid?
he's definitely usable in the push strat with this. Like they pick some anti-mage no spam, and you last pick a lone druid because you don't want to pick a Pugna because they have anti-mage, and your hero actually has to be able to do something for them. Like 90 damage at level 6 is sort of insane. because
What's
it's
the
on two
magic
things.
resistance on the bear again?
33 at level 4, 0 before that.
Okay.
So like 90 damage is a ton. I don't know. There's a lot of glyphs in the game. I think you can definitely pick in that, especially like BKB the bear, and it won't get freaking Solar Crest now.
That's true. Yeah.
But I have no idea. Like maybe you invoke her Alacrity because it does more now,
Ooh,
and then your bear hits it.
I like that too. A lone druid invoker lineup. I'm all for that for sure. All right. Luna. Strength gain increased by 0.3. Eclipse cooldown reduced to a static 140. And Aghanim Scepter, which you probably will never see in a competitive game, but maybe if there's an Alchemist, I don't know. The beam increased to a ridiculous 18 at level 3, which is insane. And remember, I believe it was the last patch where you can, when you get Ags, you can target your Eclipse either to an area or onto an ally hero as well, which is really cool. But is anybody going to get Ags on this hero?
What is it without eggs? 5, 8, 11?
Um,
Does that sound right?
yeah, I think that is right actually. Yeah, sounds right.
No, eggs is probably good on Luna.
So you would legitimately get this in a real game on your carry. Like, you can't have Luna as anything but the 1. Or can you? Well, let's
She's
just
pretty
say
good dual lane mid, but she would still be the 1 from there. The problem is like it's like if you get eggs, you don't have any farm speed, right?
yeah, that's
But
true.
like I don't know, like 18 beat, like that's 5400 magical damage.
Yeah,
Like
it's insane.
that's actually so much.
Like, if you're sieging base, you can just put this by their tower and just right-click the tower, no
well,
problem.
I'm thinking you put it on like an Ember or Storm Spirit,
Oh, that's sick. That's
and
true,
they
yeah.
they just go in with it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like I see something like this, and like you can see how it can be used, but like at the same time, you get an eggs and like you hit creeps and you have plus 10 damage from 4.2k.
I was watching somebody use this a few minutes ago on stream,
Did
and
was it with a wisp? That's one of my favorite things I've
no, I
ever
don't
seen
think
in
it
a
was with the
video.
Wisp. But the Luna, the ult, first of all, it lasts forever. Feels like it's
Yeah,
going on forever. But at the same time, the hero does no damage because she has Ags. So it's
yeah.
like a double-edged sword, you know? It's a cool idea, though. I'm
Like
all for
it's
it.
just like what we're talking about Weaver, right? Like this isn't a hero you want to get eggs on.
Yeah. But if there's an alchemist, you
But
can
if
give the
there's an
Ags to your Luna.
alchemist,
That's always the caveat. If there's an alchemist, anything's possible, guys. Got to bring that hero back. Okay. Lycan, strength gain increased by 0.25. Shapeshift critical strike chance increased to up to 40. So it scales now.
what's his crit percent? Is it like 1.7 or is it 2 now?
That sounds right. It used to be 1.7. I don't know if it still is.
I know it used to be 1.7, but I don't know what it is now. I'm gonna check. I feel
Check
like I
it.
should know these things.
It's okay. It's not like you're professional or anything. It's all good. Didn't win TI. No big deal.
They keep changing stuff. It's not my fault.
I know.
I think
it's tough.
the wiki's down because so many people are
Everybody's
checking these
checking it.
changes.
Yeah.
Okay, the liquid one's not down, but the Gamepedia one was. Critical strike, wait. Yeah, 1.7 still. So you go from 21% increased damage to 28. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't see Lycan being that. I'm not sure. Is he pickable?
I don't think
Like
so.
he's sort of weak in lane. That's the thing.
I mean, technically, like you were saying, every hero is technically pickable. I don't see
Sure.
this changing a whole lot for the hero though.
Like I used to like the one situation I pick Lycan is like first techies.
Yeah, but you can just do the same for like somebody more useful, like Nature's Prophet or.
I mean, like Lycan still shits on some heroes. What was I even thinking
Well, he
of?
can't get slowed. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely some heroes.
Is he good
that...
against AM? It seems like he'd be good, okay.
Yeah,
against
he's
AM.
good versus AM because you can break base. That's one.
There you go.
There you go. But like, you're hitting them with shapeshift. Usually at that point they're already dead. Strength gain helps a bit. I mean, the crit definitely helps a bit.
Yeah.
Because like, Lycan was so weak late game. Like, you have this Necrobuck item, you have all this useless stuff, and you can't be an OT all the time, so you're just worthless late game.
You know, they could have just changed his crit chance to work on towers, and then he'd be really good.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, most of Lycan's damage doesn't come from his hero. That's why like this changes.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know.
Yep.
If this was like his crit on everything, like his like if they kept at 38, but everything that he owned could crit, that would be crazy. I
Mhm.
think.
So next hero we have is Magnus, Empower cooldown reduced from 12 to 8, which is pretty significant. What do you think?
Um, it's
Imagine,
nice.
Curtis, Empower on Alchemist. It's gonna happen,
So
man.
he can farm Magnus at Egg Scepter for next patch when
Yes.
that gets added.
Yes. That would be even better. What would his what would his ags be for Magnus? That's a tough
RP
one.
600 AOE. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds insane.
It might be just be like there's like sort of a trend like Egg Scepter doesn't affect the ultimate.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing because I don't think because they don't want to do stuff like where it changes the stat or the like the duration or the cooldown and stuff like that anymore. They want to do
Hmm.
crazier stuff. So maybe Shockwave or
Shockwave pushes them and Skewer pulls them, you know? So
oh my
you
god,
shockwave them and it pushes and then you blink in and you have some Arise, Magnus. Like he pushes them forward shockwave and he pulls them back with Skewer.
my
He
god.
RPs and then he pushes them towards Fountain and shockwaves them towards Fountain, you know? Like,
Just push
oh
them
no,
in
this is
your
legit,
face
right?
all the way.
You RP them and then you skewer them and you shockwave them forward.
But then the Shockwave normally would just suck then if you want to actually do something. You'd have to initiate first and do that combo, which is OP. But if you just want to Shockwave
Hey,
from
it gives you a second shockwave that
ooh,
pushes them.
okay, so a different skill entirely. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, this is terrible. Let's move on.
Ice
The
Frog,
Magnus,
do it.
the Magnus and Power doesn't matter that much because you're right, can keep on the cores that matter, I think.
Yeah, but now you
But
can
it's
put on
nice
your Lich
because
support, so
that is nice for me. It matters because you can cast it on yourself more, I think,
okay, yeah.
throughout the game. And
I mean,
also
I
like,
think they could have just added anytime you cast Empower, it casts on yourself as well. I think that would have
oh
been fine too.
yeah, I really wanted that for Ogre actually, for Bloodlust. I thought that would be nice. But
Yeah, that's true.
why this matters is also because like the fields has 0 second cooldown, right? So you would purge the Empower, you can apply and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's sort of something.
Okay.
I don't think people really like, oh, he used Empower. Let's take the team fight now because we can purge it off, you know?
Right. All right. Medusa, Mystic Snake damage and Mana Seal boost per jump increased by 10%. Okay. Don't think we need to talk about
No,
that.
that's a big buff, by the way.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
So I don't like. I'm just saying in the lane. That's a lot of damage. I don't know what it becomes now, but it is a high ass
I
number.
mean, it felt pretty significant before, so yeah, 10%
Yeah,
increase.
that spell freaking hurt before.
That's pretty good. You done? Is that it?
Yeah, that's
I
all.
thought you were gonna go on for. Okay.
I love Medusa.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's fun in pubs.
All right, Marana. Do you love Marana?
Uh, no.
Okay. Well, agility growth has
Okay.
now been increased by point.
She's fun to play as support.
I'm not doing this math. 0.25 plus 0.3, 0.5. Is that? Oh, fuck. I've lost it. It's something good.
0.55
I was gonna say
magic
that.
growth.
Okay, good. The Starstorm secondary strike search radius increased. I mean, this used to be like 100 range. It's now 425. They could just make this the same range as normal.
They might as
Starstorm,
well
makes
make
no
it
difference.
600, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't see what the difference is. This hero
Um,
is kind of weird. It's not really. It's not a good carry. Period.
She's such a mediocre.
It's more of a. I feel like her roaming ability is still decent, but
Yeah, I mean, like what this feels like to me is it's a roamer that's supposed to transition with a high edging.
I mean, I'm fine with her being a little bit better late game because it's just complete trash right now. Feels like she doesn't hit for anything. So yeah, I guess that could be something to look at.
Sure.
Morphling, agility growth increased by 0.4. That's in addition to the what skill gives him extra agility? Is it morph? I think it's morph that gives him passive agility as well. Adaptive strike damage rescaled. Basically starts out higher at the earlier levels. Hybrid no longer hides Morphling or restricts its usage when a replicate is out. That's his agonyms. I still don't even understand what it does. I can't remember.
Me
Hybrids
neither.
are now known to enemies.
I don't know what this third line means at all.
Well, hybrid
What
is the
is
agonyms illusion that you take over, right?
Yeah, so that means you could have a replica and a morphling hybrid, right?
Let me read it again. Hybrid no longer hides Morphling or restricts. Oh wait, what? So you can.
Wait, so
Oh,
can you have a morphling and a hybrid out? And you have a
yeah.
morphling?
It sounds like you have to micro now. That's what I get
Oh,
from this, at least.
oh, oh, no, no, no. It's just the first half of that is the same as the fourth point.
Well, hybrids are.
So no longer hiding morphling, I think it means that the enemies know which morphling, where who you are. And the second part of the third line is the buff, where you can have a replicate and a hybrid,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, are
I
you
don't
ever
know
gonna
when
see
I ever
Ags
buy
on this
that.
hero? Alchemist? Is this an Alchemist moment?
Um,
Basically, if it's an Alchemist moment, that's what we're gonna use as the phrase. It means that it's not viable in any way unless Alchemist is in the game.
I don't even think it's an alchemist moment.
Really, he's just gonna put Ags on
I think
himself before
that
he gets to the Morphling.
I think that I don't know how that skill works. Like, is it good ever?
Well, you take over an
You
ally
you get a
hero,
clone, and then you can't use ultimate, so you can use regular skills.
right? So there's some heroes that the ultimates aren't even as good as their normal skill.
So it's really good if you have like a Naga Siren, right? Because you can use Mirror Image and Riptide.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. There's got to be better
So
ones than that, though.
no,
I can't think
I'm
of any
pretty
right
sure
now.
that's one of the best. Like if you have a farm Naga Siren, you're basically
Oh,
Naga
okay.
Siren, right?
I guess when I
you're
think
the
of
same.
Naga, I just think of support for some reason, though. But yeah, you're right. Carry's pretty sick. You can just split push 2 lanes at the same time. No
Oh,
problem.
Naga Ray does that, so you can
Take
split
out
push
both
four
jungles.
lanes at the same
Oh,
time.
4 lanes? Does that include
Four
river? That's
lanes.
pretty legit. Okay. Well, I for one, Curtis is not a fan of the Alchemist in this game with Morphling, but I am, guys. If you want to try it, sounds good to me. Speaking of Naga Siren, Riptide damage rescaled to be 30 less at level 1, and it scales up to the same amount at level 4 to make, I guess, a reason to level it. I mean, it's already leveled right away, isn't it? Isn't
Riptide?
this? Yeah, this is like by 7 it's maxed.
Most supports go 4-1-2, I think. Or I do that. I go 4-1-2.
2 is, wait, Riptide's the third skill, right?
Four image, one net,
Yeah.
two Riptide.
Does that change anything for you?
Uh, maybe I'll go 2-1-4.
Ooh, okay.
But
That's
yeah.
actually interesting. I,
mean,
didn't realize that you did that. I thought the illusions they scale better late game, so you wouldn't bother
they
leveling
get
past
if you
level
don't
1.
have level 4, they die to one yoke. So I can't split push
Oh,
because
I
all I
see.
do with that hero is I sit on the enemy safely. I farm their creeps there and I annoy them.
Okay.
Um, Riptide matters at level 1 because right now there's no offlaner that can fight a support Naga. Because she just Riptides you and they have minus armor, it's 130 damage. Like she doesn't even have Stout Shield, she just has 18 armor because she's Naga Siren. 320 move speed,
Yeah.
and then she Riptides you and she hits you. So, but if it's 30 damage, that's it helps. I still don't think any offlaner can do anything to. So it matters more in dual lane versus dual lane.
As a Naga player, are you a fan of Aghanims? I don't think I've ever seen you build it.
I built it once.
Once. How did it work out?
I healed my teammates once.
That
The game
sounds
was already
great.
over.
Was it
Yeah.
over in a good way or a bad way?
No, we had already won,
Oh, okay.
I think.
So now you get 8%, which, okay, this heal is actually insane. If you
Yeah,
can get
that's
farm on it, I mean, this is nothing you would
56%
ever
heal.
get. What's that?
56%, right?
Yeah. Well,
That's
is it 8 times?
7.
Is it 7? Okay.
That's not bad. I mean,
Is
that's a
this
lot of
something
heal.
you would ever get on a core Naga? Or is this like
No.
if you're super
No,
farmed as a
no.
support?
This is a support Naga. The problem is that Lotus Orb is so good, and Greaves are so good, and Solar Crest is so good, and Glimmer's so good, Blink's good. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to know when to get this. But 56% is a lot.
Hmm.
Just, I need to reiterate how much that is. Because how an ideal sleep is they go on you, they waste all their spells, you sleep to reset other stuns, and while their spells are still on cooldown, you unsleep. Because then you reset the fight with this, all your allies are healed. So maybe it's good. I have no idea. I
Theoretically,
probably
it's
wouldn't buy over Lotus Orb. Yeah, maybe you need Alchemist.
good. Alchemist, yes. All right, Nature's Prophet. Sprout cast time reduced by 0.15. Sprout mana cost reduced as well. Nature's Call. Treant movement speed has been increased by 25. The Treant's vision has been reduced by 200. The greater Treant base, this is the Aghanim Scepter, I think. The greater Treant base attack time reduced. Actually, significantly. That's a huge buff. And Wrath of the Natures, Aghanim Scepter now applies a 4-second buff on enemy units it hits, which will spawn the extra Treant if the unit dies during that time. So that's kind of similar to like Broodling from, or Spiderling, or
Correct.
whatever it's called for Broodmother. And
I think
Cossack
that
Finale.
you know the Wrath of Nature thing. Like I think the treants that they spawn need to give no golden EXP.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I
the
got on
one
a pub
negative,
once.
right?
Yeah, I got on a pub once, and the enemy team all had like 400 CS. I was like, what the hell, man? But no. So I'm just gonna say this. I don't think it's a viable strat. So maybe it is. So maybe I'm revealing something here. But you get eggs versus illusion heroes like PL. the illusions give greater treants.
Ooh.
So I go Midas eggs auction core refresher on Fury.
I would love to see that. Absolutely. I mean, generally speaking, I think that's a shit item on Nature's Prophet, but
It's not that bad,
really?
really. Like, yeah,
I mean,
it's
in
really
situations
not that
like that,
bad.
I understand, but do you think generally speaking it's okay?
Probably not. But like,
If there's an
it's actually a
alchemist, on
lot
the other
of
hand.
if it's an alchemist, it's actually a lot of damage, and being able to push all the lanes like that, in some games is really strong.
I want to see how fast these greater treants attack, because
It's
one base attack time is pretty insane.
yeah, but they have no attack speed, so it's just once a second.
Oh, okay. I
But
guess I'm comparing it to like heroes. I guess
yeah,
that's
I
true.
mean, like if like alchemist is 1.2, so if he is
What a
1.0,
beast,
wow,
man! Alchemist is just
alchemist,
in every
wow.
conversation. I love it.
Um, no, but like I just wanted to comment, like it's sort of weird when I first started playing Dota. Like I was just like, wow, these nature's prophets stealing all my farm with ulti. I hate them so much.
Mm.
And now I'm playing competitive. I'm like, wow, I really just want these lanes pushed. Fira, can you please ulti? So it's sort of interesting how the game develops through time.
All right, this one I was a little bit disappointed with, and I'll talk about why. Necrophos, Death Pulse damage increase, which is really nice for level 1. That is a huge buff, actually. Heartstopper Ore no longer affects Ancient Creeps. That's fine with me. Sadist health regen increased a bit. I like how his scaling's so interesting. It's always level 4. It's just a drastic change. And the mana regen increase from Sadist is also pretty much a similar buff. What are your thoughts on this, and I'll tell you why I'm disappointed.
Heartstopper no longer affecting ancient creatures.
Yep.
Nice for my pubs.
Yeah.
Or actually, it's bad because like there are 4 players on my team that I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, and there are 5 players on the enemy team who I don't know what the hell they're gonna do. So normally there's more likely going to be an ancient necrophos on their team than mine, right?
Yeah.
As long as I'm not doing it. But
Right.
I think I don't know. I don't think necrophos is a bad hero, right? Like if you have a wisp dual lane or something, like it's pretty strong, honestly.
Yeah, the Wisp aspect is pretty cool. Okay, so this is the reason I'm disappointed. So I like this hero a lot. And I feel like the only reason that he's not played is because of Glimmer Cape. And hold on. And this doesn't change any of that. Glimmer Cape is still amazing against this hero because the damage or the Reaper Scythe, it has like a second delay, so it's pretty easy, especially for veteran players,
You know,
to Glimmer Cape.
like if you play loud of necrophos, though, like when you ult someone, don't they like drop to like 10% before they die from the ulti
Well,
usually?
that's when
That's
you're
what
a
I find.
terrible player, yeah. But
No, but like whoever gets necrophos ulti, everyone focuses them for that 1.75 or whatever.
so you're saying that you
Like
don't think Glimmer Cape was the reason
I
this hero
don't
fell?
think Glimmer Cape's the reason why this hero became irrelevant. I
Really?
think it's his laning phase.
Hmm.
Like this hero is so shit in lane. He can't move anywhere. He can't pressure anywhere. He can't pressure towers. He can't help his supports. He stands there, does nothing. Low base damage.
And now he can't even
CS.
kill the Ancients anymore, for God's sake.
That's true. No, but like he got a pretty big buff to both his laning phase and his farming speed.
Yeah, the level 1 is a
Because
huge increase, for sure.
yes, that is like I know it says 50, but that's like a whatever percentage, 66% increase on his damage from Death Pulse. That's
All right, I will
they
take
didn't
your advice on. I think
they didn't change the heal though, right? But the
uh
heal's the same, I think.
oh, that's true. Yeah, it
I'm
would it
assuming
would
they
have
didn't because those are
specified.
separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I mean,
All right.
I don't know. And Glimmercake did receive a small nerf. It's just like you have to like since came out, you have to change how you use Necrophos ult once you get one, right?
Yeah.
Like it's something the Necrophos player is sort of in control of. It's like, oh, BKB counters it because if you cast on the BKB unit, you're not going to kill them. But no, you just don't cast it. Longer.
It makes more sense now that I think about it. I think you're right. I was thinking that it would be cool to add like for his Ags, even though it has a million things already, where
Pure
instead
damage.
of yeah, pure damage, but obviously they would scale to be similar damage type or damage amount.
That'd be pretty crazy. If freaking anti-mage die, dead,
I
gone.
still think, even though I like the concept, the whole you can't buy back thing is probably way too good still.
That's shouldn't be in Dota.
I think adding
That's
extra time to the timer is fine with me, but yeah, disabling the buyback is probably a little too much.
yeah, I think it's a shitty way to lose
Yeah, that's you have like
because
enough to buy back once. You have, I mean, yeah, for sure.
like it's just shitty, right? Like yeah, I don't know.
All right, and
Alright.
especially when he gets like refresher, then it's like, all right, it deleted 2 heroes for the next 100
Oh, have
seconds.
you seen you Lotus Orb Blade Mill?
Oh God, no! But that sounds miserable. So does he
I
just kill
love Gip.
himself?
Yeah, he just killed. He's just dead. The
That
the
is
damage from
awesome.
Blade Mail applies first, and then he gets Necro back.
Okay, that. So, not to go off on a tangent. So if he has like 100 HP, does it actually deal 100 damage,
Well, it depends how
or
much damage he's dealing. Like I saw an axe. It got done on an axe, right? An axe is like 2k,
yeah,
and if Necrophos has 2k HP and the damage is like 1,000, then he's gonna die, right?
yeah,
Stick 1,000 for Blade Mail, 1,000 for Zelti.
right, okay, makes sense. All right, Night Stalker base health increased or base health regen increased by quite a bit. Does this mean we're gonna see him in the off lane? That's what Ice Frog wants.
Mm,
Anytime he makes it increase to 2, it's like, all right, play this in the off lane. Same thing was done with Nyx.
sure, it makes him a lot better roaming, I think,
All right, roaming
because you
too.
can man fight people.
All right,
It's pretty good buff, honestly, because that hero is good.
I agree.
Like people pick him and they always win with him, but he's not picked that much. It's sort of weird.
I have noticed that as well.
Like especially in the Chinese scene right now, Bounty Hunter is not picked or banned,
What?
just
You're kidding
unpicked,
me.
unbanned. And when we played Bounty Hunter at TI versus Chinese teams, I wanted to kill myself playing Bounty Hunter versus them.
Really? What do they do?
I
Well,
I
Vici
ran
played
I
Bounty.
run on a yeah, but like right now it's not. And Cena played it too. Like it was still a strong hero, but I'm not saying that I want to kill myself because like I just like they were so good against Bounty. Like
That's
those
insane.
those guys are so smart. I don't know how they do it. Like I run somewhere, they just have a sentry obs randomly. I'm dead. Like I track someone, never get a track kill. I mean the hero was still good at TI. Don't get me wrong, but like those people are geniuses at dealing with Bounty for sure.
All right.
Perfect sentries, everything. So
The Chinese. Yet they still got second place. All right, Nyx Assassin. Burrow,
awful call.
Impale, cooldown reduced by 2. Burrow, Impale, and Mana Burn bonus range increased by 25%. And Vendetta duration. This is huge. Vendetta duration
Yes.
increased. The level 1, it was so shit before. You had to like. I mean, I can only imagine how it is in competitive, but as a pub player, like, you're like I have to
Was
get
it
level
was it
11 before this
25
is
before?
useful. Yeah, 25 at level 1.
I thought it was 20. I thought it was even worse. I'm pretty sure it was 20 at one point. They changed that. They
Either
buffed
way,
it
it's
something.
garbage. But now,
Yeah.
significant
It
increase.
this is a huge buff. And you talked about the level 1, but also the level 3 one, you can always get a double vendetta now.
I thought you could
Like but
before.
you could, but it's 50-second cooldown, 50-second duration. So you can only hit them in like that last 2 seconds
Oh,
because your
I
stun
see.
duration was 2, right?
So
Like
double
that's
backstab
big.
is what you're saying. So that's 500
Sure,
damage
yeah.
times 2, basically. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
legit.
I'm sure Nyx is the most cancerous hero in Dota right now. Like with this change. Like
Really?
look at that second 75%, 7-second cooldown impale. How do you break high ground? He's burrowed. It's like a bristleback. He has 40% reduction from everything.
So is
He's
this a
sitting
hero
there.
you get Blink and then Ags?
No, it's a hero you need an alchemist.
Oh, you need an Alchemist. Okay.
No. Yeah, you get blink and eggs on the hero.
Okay.
You go
You don't go
bottle,
4-staff
boots.
first? It's actually
No,
Blink Ags?
yes, I think it's blink eggs into 4-staff because you can 4-staff yourself while you're in eggs, like
Okay.
burrowed.
I
or
really
Octane
like
Core.
the Burrow aspect. I mean, I've never really seen it too much, but
It's very good.
I mean,
That
I
hero
love
is
lurkers, so why not?
yeah. Dota has a lurker before StarCraft 2 XD.
True that.
That hero is really good, except again, his laning phase is sort of questionable. But if you can figure out a way to get him through lane, it's so different. It's also because like the heroes in the meta before he was really good against, but everyone had too strong a laning phase.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the hero's viable right now.
All right.
Like
Ogre
like
Magi.
yeah.
As we're moving on. Base armor increased by 1, so
he
literally
really
unkillable.
needed that.
Bloodlust attack speed bonus increased by 10 at all levels. Bloodlust can now be cast on towers, which sounds amazing, although I don't know how amazing it's. I mean, it sounds really cool. I don't know how viable it is. And then fixed multicast Bloodlust not affecting spell immune allies. I like
But
Ogre, man.
Ogre
Are we
had
gonna
like
see him?
7 armor before, right?
What did they decrease it to?
7.
It was at 7 recently? Like
No,
current?
he has like no, he has 5.96. Not so he has 6 armor now. Now he has 7.
Okay. He's pretty
Is that even
beefy
right?
already.
0.96?
I mean,
I don't even know. Yeah,
interesting
that base
change.
armor, I'm not sure why. Like, I don't feel like that.
off lane Ogre.
I guess. Sure.
Why not, man? Wasn't his
Uh,
base regen increased to 2 like
Yeah,
a few
it's like
patches ago?
2.5
too?
or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of all the changes, this Castle on the Tower is my favorite. Not because I think I'll have any impact on the game, really. I mean, maybe it will. Like, he's a Jakiro counter, because, he slows your tower and then you just make attack faster.
Right.
Uh, but I just love shit like that. That's so cool.
Well, what are the possibilities here? So you Bloodlust a tower that's ice armored
Yeah.
by Lich and living armored by Treant. Is there anything else? That's a pretty beastly tower. I want to see
Assault
how fast
Cuirassier?
these. Okay, if you're talking about auras and that stuff, sure. Yeah. Okay. I like it. That's a pretty sick tower. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's actually really good with Jakiro, right? Because, like, when Jakiro slows it by 50% and the tower attacks twice as slow, right? Like,
Hmm.
but you buff it back, like, even at level 1, back to 80%, and it's only, like, 20% slower instead of, like, 50%. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, it makes a big difference when you go from 50 to 80 instead of going to, like, 100 to 130.
Well, thank God we have a counter for Jakira because we see that hero a lot. My
Yeah.
goodness.
Uh, yeah, Ogre is, like, the most obnoxious hero to play now, though. Like, his stun range is, like, 2. He has a stun range of 2.
That was the nerf, right?
Yeah, and it does less damage.
I wonder,
60 at level
well, he
1.
wasn't even played that much. I wonder why that was even nerfed.
No, he was picked a lot back then. Like,
How long?
this
What patch was this? Is this
Summit,
8.4?
I think, or
No,
it
you're
was,
probably right.
or not Summit. I don't remember. Yeah, the Summit before, like the Summit in the winter when I was on C9. He was
Okay.
picked a lot then. The hero's OP then.
I like watching him though. He's fun.
Yeah, ding ding ding.
All right, Omni Knight purification cast point reduced by 0.15. Degen aura stickiness reduced from 2 to 1. Okay. I mean that second one's a nerf. Purification cast point reduced.
That's good. That helps a lot.
Yeah, he feels very clunky, doesn't he?
Degen Ord's stickiness like reduced from 2 to 1, like that's a nerf, but like yours? I don't really pick Omni Knight. It's like, oh no, my sticky won't last enough with Degen Ord,
I don't know,
Like,
man. That mid
the
Omni
stick.
Knight, that's an old school build right
Ooh.
there.
Yeah. I mean, Pudge got a buff. Omni Knight Pudge, bringing it back.
Hell yeah, I'd love to see that. All right. Do we want to talk about Oracle? Because I don't know any of these freaking skills. Do you know any of these skills?
No, which one's Fortune's End?
Fortune. Let's see. Purifying
That's
Flames
first
is
skill?
the.
I'm sure that's his first skill.
It's Fortune's End. Well, I know Purifying Flames is the Purge one, right?
Wait.
Fate's Edict. None of these are his
No,
ultimate.
Purifying Flame is his heal. It's a
Oh, you're right.
2.25 cooldown. If his Purge had a 2.5 cooldown, that'd be...
All right, Fortune. I don't fucking know. God damn it, this hero. I didn't cast the game. He was playing in
the
elimination
second
mode.
last one, Fate's Edict now has normal Purge ability rolls. That was the most insane shit. Like, you can't manta it off. Like, that was so annoying. No
Oh,
longer
you couldn't. You
it
mean you couldn't
amplifies-
dodge it, or what do you mean?
If it got cast on you, you couldn't attack for 6 seconds unless you had a BKB.
Oh,
manta.
Okay, that's
The one before that where it purges. I mean, I don't really care. We don't have to talk about it. It's just thank God it
It's
doesn't
fine.
increase Lena out. I had a thing where like you blood rage Lena, so your out is like 1330, and then you Fate's Edict them, and it would do like 1800 damage.
Yeah.
That was fun. Can't do
This
that
hero
anymore.
plus Huskar, pretty funny.
Yeah, hilarious, XD.
I don't know if you played against this hero enough, but do you think this hero is about ready for Captain's Mode?
No, that hero is broken. So
Really?
strong.
I've actually heard from a lot of people that they think this hero is basically ready to go.
That hero is so strong.
Really? Okay.
I hate that hero.
Well, you hate a lot of heroes. Just add that to the never-ending list. All right, OD got some interesting changes. So, strength gain increased by some amount that I'm not going to do the math anymore. I give up. All right, I'm going to do it. 0.45.
Wow.
God, I'm good.
Autumn.
Sanity's Eclipse now always removes 40% of the affected hero's max mana instead of 75% of current mana. Sanity's Eclipse mana loss no longer pierces spell immunity, which matches its damage behavior. The ultimate cast range increased, and the cast range is no longer increased by Agon. Okay, so that just matches up. OD, we never see him. The old 1v1 Dominator.
Yeah, the 1v1 Dominator that loses to the hero's name Lash and Lena.
Yeah,
That's what he
that's
became.
true.
But that second one is big. Like always moves 40% of mana. Pretty big good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty insane. I mean, you take 40% max mana over 75 of current, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The hero still doesn't farm. still doesn't have any catch-up mechanism if he loses his lane.
Yeah, I guess that
Doesn't
would be
hit
the biggest
towers.
thing, isn't it? Is that he just
Doesn't
doesn't
hit
farm
ancient.
well. Like, look at any
Yeah,
mid hero. Like, Lina
it's
can flash farm. Even a
yeah.
Dragon Knight can farm to a certain degree or just take towers.
Well, yeah,
Odie
he
just
he
gets
can.
kills.
Ori doesn't put any pressure, right? Like during the OD meta, there was a game. I think it was who was that team with like Fada and fucking Mad, Sigma.
Sigma, yeah.
Yeah, they were really good at running OD, right? And there was a team that just put no one mid for some, I think, or maybe it's Sigma that did that. Like they literally had tri lane, safe lane, jungler, off lane, and then the team with the OD like lost the game. That's how that hero's so worthless. I feel.
What if you can work him in a non-mid matchup? What if it's your safe
There's
lane?
he shits on Clockwork the hardest. That one.
So if you
Like
can just
he'll
get a
probably
good
shit on pretty
matchup.
much every offlaner. I don't know. He just doesn't recover.
Hmm.
Like if something happens to him, he just you have it's like Viper but worse because Viper's tanky and can push towers.
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk
He has
about
anti
Viper
BKB
soon
and
too.
stuff.
Got some interesting changes as well. All right. Well, moving on. PA Stifling Dagger now applies your attack on hit on effects. Does not guarantee a proc. Blur no longer has a 0.75 second delay. So Stifling Dagger. Does this mean Maelstrom is a good item?
Just over Venom.
Orb of Venom, so for the just a little bit of extra slow.
Can it bash?
I would think so.
That's
I
cool.
mean, yeah, it should, according to the text at least.
Orb
That's
of
true.
Venom.
That bash
Orb
is
of
already
Venom
picking up.
matters.
Okay.
Blur not having a 0.75 second delay means that if you have a HOTD creep, you can always position it away and you'll always know when they're around.
Wait, say that again?
Like Blur, the no longer 0.75 second delay means you immediately know when the enemy hero is within 16 range. So if you have HOTD creep, you can always blink to it before they do anything to you, even if they're coming out of smoke.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't really think about that. That's a nice little quirky mechanic there. I like that. PA. Don't see a whole lot of her, but maybe we'll see a little bit more. PL, on the other hand, we see a lot of. Agility growth reduced by 0.4. Doppelganger cast time increased from literally no time to almost no time. How big of a difference does this cast time make?
It helps because a lot of times they turn then they cast it, right? So
Yeah.
5, or sorry, like 5. I think normal heroes turn in point.
You're breaking up a bit, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Like normal hero turns in 0.3, I believe. So it's like usually they turn around, they turn like a full circle in 0.3. I don't remember. So if they're turning around, it helps a lot. Like it's 0.25 or 0.4, whatever one it is.
Okay. Moving on. Phoenix Sunray max health damage per second increased. All right.
Does that mean the heals increased too? Oh, nice. The heals increased.
Heal per second is half these values. So, yep. Slight increase to those. I'm interested in this one. Puck. Illusory Orb speed increased. The Illusory Orb cooldown reduced. Dream Coil's cooldown has been reduced. And the funny thing is that the duration is still the same. So the orb actually goes farther now. 1950 range. I don't think this is enough to bring the hero back, but it's a start, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Well
Hero?
said.
Thank you.
I mean,
That's
Puck,
why I'm a pro
Puck
player.
is such a boring hero.
You,
like,
you brought me in to give you all the details of why everything works. That's what you get.
Nobody gives a shit about Puck at all. But this next hero, on the other hand, Curtis, Pudge, everybody loves this hero.
I fucking hate this hero.
What? How dare you? Amazing hero. I told Sam to start picking this as well. But rot damage rescaled, so it is a lower amount to start with, but higher at level 4 and 3. And rot move slow has been increased to 27 static.
That's a lot.
It is. I don't know if it's enough to.
That
Like this hero is like
usable.
a 4-position hero normally, I would say.
I
if
think
it's
he's an
played.
offlaner
Okay, or a 3.
or a jungler, one of those. So
I want him to work so badly. I think a lot of people do.
I'm sure that if Pudge was in every game, it would be really bad for the game.
Really? I think
Yeah,
it'd be
I
great.
don't-
Pudge
I don't-
games?
Like He's sort of like I throw 10 hooks. Sometimes they screw up. I get one big hook, we win the game. That's how I feel about him.
I guess that's true to a certain
Like
extent.
especially in the late game. And like I hate heroes that like Earth Spirit, right? You get the sick initiation and then there's no counterplay because Pudge just hooks them out. And it's a bit better with Pudge because you know you can get hooked instead of their carry hero. You can die for it, but I
Well,
really don't
like
like
skill shots
those
that have
abilities.
game-breaking ability. Like
I guess it's not fair for
Shackle
me to
Shot
put
is the
Pudge in
most
that.
annoying one of those
No,
examples.
no,
I
I
think.
don't mean that. I mean like in terms of like a defensive ability. Like Hook is a sick defensive spell.
Hmm.
But like it's not fair to compare it to like Earth Spirit, who's just like there's no counterplay to a freaking Earth Spirit pulling away their stun carry.
Yeah, that
There's
is true.
counterplay to Hook, which I should be fine with. Like I'm just so annoying to play against Pudges and pubs. So annoying to play with them because you know there's always Dendy on their team, and on my team you have like AUI Pudge, and he's so bad.
I can teach you a few things.
All
I'm,
right,
I'm a hit or a miss Pudge though, so
nice.
just like everybody else.